Hey, everybody. Welcome to Who Gives a Shit, the podcast that asks the most important question. Who gives a shit? Yeah, so, man, what's been going on with you, CJ? How is stuff and things?
I've had a great week. I'm up 867 on the week.
Yeah?
I got pretty lucky, and I got pocket aces twice in the same orbit of the table. And if there's any gamblers that listen to the show, I think you know how statistically unlikely that is. And it was pretty awesome, man. Won some big pots. And my favorite part of that day was there is an Asian gentleman who I play poker with, and he is convinced that I'm retarded. Now, this is by design. I do a strategy called Downing, and if you want to hear more about it, you can listen to it on the Dick Show. But I basically pretend to be retarded at the table so I can milk as much money out of these people as possible. And anyway, I was going to cash out my chips, and Timmy brings the chips over to them, and he comes back with a fistful of money in his hand, and he starts talking all slow. He's like, "All right, CJ, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 76. Okay, I'm going to put it in your wallet right here. Look, it's right here. I'm going to put it in there." And the dealer is smirking the whole time because he and one other guy in the room know that I'm not retarded. They're the only people that know it's not a bit. And it's because I go out and smoke with this guy all the time. I take smoke breaks with him. Right. So he's just sitting there laughing because he knows I'm not really retarded. And of course, I play into it. I go, "Oh, thank you, Timmy. Thank you." And yeah, it was very funny.
You ever thought about gumping it? Where, you don't really go full retard, you just kind of act a little special where you're like,
Well, most of the time I do Forrest Gump it. But when I win a lot of money, I tend to go full retard and, do like excited little fidgets.
What? But you're really going full retard?
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I don't know if
everybody knows you never go full retard.
Oh, that's a risky business, man. Could go back and bite you. But oh, dude, like, my week has been like so. It's almost like nothing like exactly notable happened. It was really strange. Like there was just so much shit to do, and I had like no free time hardly. I was stoked that I got one free day that I didn't have shit to do. So I got Alien Fireteam Elite and just play with Slice and other people. We just freaking shot aliens all day, and I was super stoked to be able to just unplug a little bit because, damn, like I've just been bouncing from one place to the other. I couldn't get a fucking spare second to like hear myself think, and at the same time, it's like it's just kind of mundane things. So.
Well, speaking of free time, I want to double dip, as we call it, and talk about something that you brought into the show, which was the R. Kelly case. Now, I'm sure...
yeah, we're hitting him with the combo breaker? What's R. Kelly up to now?
I'm sure everyone wants to know, what is the YouTuber Larry Lawton? What is his take?
Oh no, this fucking bean-headed fuck. I'm sure he's like, this guy here, he's gonna get fucked up. No one likes a sexual predator. Oh gosh.
Did you watch the video?
Anus aggressively penetrated.
He's gonna be fucking fear-mongering some shit because he's a fucking bald fuck that hasn't been in prison since 1976.
Well, he has these things called Martin Laws, I want to enlighten you with Watten's law. Okay? The first one being that having sexual attraction toward a minor, that's bad. Adam,
Ooh.
did you know that?
I'm glad that Larry Lawton is able to shine light on that because, you know, it had never crossed my mind before.
Dude, I was totally oblivious until he said something. And here's another thing you shouldn't do. Knowingly give someone an STD. Who would have thought that that was a bad thing, huh?
Okay, California disagrees with this guy.
Well, our Kelly does too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He gave all those chicks herpes.
Yeah, dude. It's astonishing that this guy thinks that he's, like, dropping knowledge, like, that only prisoners know. It's ridiculous.
That's not even how it's going to go down. I'll tell you exactly how it's going to go down. R. Kelly, despite all the shit, is still going to have a nest egg somewhere, some way. And you can only spend so much money in prison a week. You're capped. You can only spend so much. So he's going to be constantly busting spend, and he's going to have a bunch of shit that everybody else that's locked up with him wants, and he's got a cult of celebrity. So he's going to do just fine on the inside. He will be A-okay.
I hope he does prison concerts, because that would be awesome, and I might even consider attending one if he does do one.
You just write a bunch of songs. He write your memoirs or whatever the fuck, R. Kelly. Although he's probably, if I had to take a guess, he'd probably get into gambling. That's my guess.
Oh yeah, dude. Trapped in the jail cell. Write it. Make it a 28-parter song.
Oh fuck. Well, we got some issues this week. We kind of went in different directions, man, because both of my issues that are topics that I'm bringing in, I actually care about both of them. I hit some like a block where I really didn't know what the hell I was going to talk about until like yesterday. And then I just went diving down fucking rabbit holes researching a bunch of shit cuz finally something came across my view that I thought was worth talking about.
And I went in the direction of these two articles, especially the one I'm going to be spending the most time on today. That one is the dumbest thing I've ever read, ever. And I can't wait to bring it on the show. And it's really going to be a classic Who Gives a Shit, where we spend the majority of the time dunking on journalists. And not just the issue at hand, because really...
Yeah. We haven't talked shit about a journalist in a while and, like, delved through their Twitter and talked about their weird sexual proclivities. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah, looking forward to this shit. But let me start us off with a little bit of warm-up. So, all right. Let's play our favorite game, Guess the Outlet. Here's the headline. Texas Pardons Board votes unanimously to recommend posthumous pardon for George Floyd. What do you think about that?
Is that a Washington Post?
Essentially the same thing, CNN.
CNN. So, George Floyd is finally getting out of jail. Congratulations.
So this was this 2004 drug conviction that that the board is saying that they want to free him from. Now it's hitting the governor's desk here in Texas because all this shit happened in Houston, man. It's my stomping ground. So, I took a little bit of notice, but it was the name of the officer that jammed him up that stuck out to me. I'm like, oh, that fucking guy. So it's not just George Floyd that's getting pardons because of shit that this officer did, because this guy got convicted of a murder charge, dude.
Wow.
It's Goins is the officer's name, and he was involved in the Pecan Park raid, where they had cops run up in a couple's house. This dude was a Navy vet, and they shot them up, and then there was a bunch of mass gunfire. Like 4 officers got shot. They were saying that they were shooting them back, and what they did was they ran up in this guy's yard, shot his pit bull. He opened the door. Well, when like a couple cops ran in, and then they started shooting inside, and the cops outside just started spraying through, like shooting through the walls and shit like that. None of the guns from the people they were getting raided got fired. It was all friendly fire.
Wow. Well, taxpayer dollars are hard at work. It sounds like.
It gets better. Goins lied to a judge to get that no-knock raid. And they got him in 4K, dude. Like if you're a cop and you end up getting a murder charge, you know you've done fucked up, because at this juncture in time, it's maybe shifting a little bit, but it takes a lot to convict a cop of a murder charge. A lot.
Well, they don't follow the laws; they just enforce them.
Yeah. So what makes this a pretty good story too is because we haven't really talked a whole lot about George Floyd, and the way that people talk about him, you know, posthumously is kind of strange. Some people deify the guy, some people can't stop but talking shit about the dude, and the guy was just a victim of a violent crime. It's really kind of sad.
George Floyd is my favorite Looney Tunes character. You better not talk shit about him, Adam.
The thing that happened with George Floyd that really made me care, like recently, was Dakota Sky. Do you know who Dakota Sky is, CJ?
Never heard of him.
It's a chick, and
oh no,
she's pretty hot, and she's a porn star. And she was going by a George Floyd mural, and there's like a picture of her flashing her tits at the George Floyd mural. And she got bullied so viciously online, she killed herself. She August Ames'd herself over all that.
Wait, the artist or the porn star?
The porn star killed herself.
No, what a tragedy.
Yes, it really is. It is a big tragedy, because I like this chick. She reminded me of my first girlfriend. I get nostalgic from time to time, damn it. And now I can't. Now what am I supposed to do? I have to go on the long, arduous search to find, like, you know, a copy of the body type? That's going to take for fucking ever.
You just have a post-death jerk-off celebration.
I did look at the comments in Pornhub of all her videos and shit, and it was weird, dude. People are like, is anyone else having a sad wank right now? I'm like,
those are the only kind of wanks to have nowadays, Adam.
Oh, damn. But... And the whole posthumous pardon thing, it's not really... I really am like, who cares? It's not going to affect anything. Absolutely nothing. It's not going to bring this guy back. It's not helping his image. It doesn't do a damn thing. It's not even like a political gesture. It's entirely empty and completely missable.
You sound like a player hater, Adam. I, for one, am happy for Big Cousin Floyd. I'm glad he's out of jail.
Yeah, he can finally vote again.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah, he can totally vote for a Democrat now. Oh,
well,
fuck.
hashtag Freedom Floyd. He's finally got it.
Oh, God. That's really all I got to say about fucking George Floyd, dude, man. What do you got for us?
This is a doozy. So I'm going to play Guess the Outlet. Why young people today are watching The Sopranos?
Ooh, Guess the Outlet?
Guess the Outlet.
Oh, that sounds really bland. Not much substance to it. I'm gonna go for Huffington Post.
New York Times, everyone's other favorite bland publication.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Willie Steele wrote this absolutely outrageous article. So you might be interested to know why young people watch The Sopranos. And it's not because it's a good, well thought out, well written show. It's because it displays the destruction of capitalism, Adam. The destruction that capitalism caused.
Okay. People are watching The Sopranos for the destruction of the destruction of capitalism. Is this dude trying to say that being in the mob is like being a communist?
No. The reason that Tony is angry and stressed and depressed, it's not because he has a job where everyone is trying to kill him all the time and he doesn't know which one of his friends is a friend and which one is a rat. It's because of communism. It's because he buys things. It's because of capitalism, and he's a capitalist who buys things. And he wants to be communist, but he knows he can't be communist because he's in the mob. It's so obvious, Adam.
What?
How do you not see it? This fucking dipshit is evidence.
I was so confused as to what the fuck Reddit was talking about. Because I found there was like a couple of links in Reddit. I'm like, what is this little blurb? What the fuck is this? And what? Okay. So, all right, he's got all this stress because he has to buy things and he wishes he could be communist. And that's why young people are watching it. Am I tracking that?
Yeah, because that's how young people feel. They just have to kill people to buy things, I guess.
Wow. So I pulled up this article that you're talking about, and how fucking long is this thing, dude?
It's about 4 pages. Now, this is a hefty claim to say that the Sopranos, HBO Sopranos, is a left-leaning communist propaganda show. And you might be wondering, well, he's got to have a lot of evidence to back this up. And he does. A podcast. Are you ready for this, Adam? He's got not one, but 2 communist podcasts that use Sopranos metaphors. The first one is a podcast by the name of El Chapo Trap House.
Oh, yeah, I heard of them.
Yeah, and apparently the host during the 2020 election compared Biden and Trump to Tony and Ralph, with Donald Trump being Ralphie.
Okay.
And
so
his comparison is that you know that both are evil and you don't like either of them. But if you had to root for a guy, you would root for Tony, who in this case is Joe Biden, I guess. And Donald Trump is Ralph.
Okay. So this guy's like, kids listen to Chapo Trap House. They're communists. They make Sopranos metaphors. That's why people like the Sopranos, because of communism.
Yeah.
Duh. Oh, wow. I'm going to have to read this fucking thing. Because,
it's a trip, Adam, and when we do the To Catch a Redditor, it might make Reddit seem smart by comparison.
Maybe. Damn. So, what? This is like a huge fucking article, and they got a huge illustration at the at the top of this thing, and I am still so confused as to where the hell this take came from,
Now,
why?
halfway through the take, he gives up on the take to talk to David Chase about the new movie that just came out. I think at some point he even knew that this retarded take was too ambitious and gave up halfway through the article because the last 2 pages are just the David Chase interview.
He probably just managed to land a David Chase interview, and he's like, how can I segue in some communism into the New York Times? God,
it's a Tuesday, man. So, everybody get in your local Gabagool line and pick up some Gabagool and watch The Sopranos, just like Karl Marx would want you to.
So I've actually never seen The Sopranos, man. I've been told to watch it, and it's been on the docket. And I tried to sit down and watch like the first episode one time, and I just couldn't get into it for whatever reason. Like I don't know. I keep on getting. I should probably just find the time to watch it whenever there is time. Fuck, I'm fucked. I'm just gonna have to accept that that there's some mob boss that's sad that he's not communist. I think that's a good enough take. I'll buy that so that I don't have to burn a bunch of my life away watching a show. Shit. But man. Well, you got anything else about this retarded Sopranos take that
the other podcast, it was the same analogy. I think they just named it because there were chicks in it. That one is called The Red Scare, and it has 2 skanks. One of them is hot, and the other one is ugly. And I think the hot one goes on Come Town from time to time. Because I knew I heard her voice from somewhere. And she sounds like the Jewish girl from Come Town with the Fran Drescher laugh. So I think that was her. But, yeah, this is like the worst. It felt like a bad college term paper, man. Like, this is the worst, like, college political, oh, I'm going to be deep. I'm going to do something no one has ever done before for this midterm. I'm going to blow it out of the water. And it sounds like a college student wrote it. And it is one of the dumbest things. It's written in that form, too, which I like to rag on a lot, because they teach you to be a bad writer in college. How they teach you to write is, for example, whatever you talk about, right? You're going to say, today I will talk about A, B, and C. And then you write a paragraph, your introductory paragraph. And then after that, you say, although X is blah, 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 A, B, and C is better because... And it's just not good writing, man. It's not how people talk in nature.
Hold on a second. I'm at the top of this article, and I'm going to start scrolling on my mouse wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It took 20 fucking scrolls to get to the bottom of this thing? Are you fucking kidding me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, when you write stupid ideas, you have to use a lot of stupid fluff words.
30. I had to hit page up 38 times to get back to the top. How can this thing be so fucking long and just say communism good, America bad? I didn't see that part where they say that the show's new audience is seeing something different. It's a parable about a country in terminal decline. They're just saying that, like, oh yeah, America is a burning, smoldering heap. Capitalism is on its final legs. We're running out of the third world to exploit. And Tony Soprano was sad that that we don't live in the communist utopia.
Adam Smith, what the fuck is the matter with you? Why don't you read the Communist Manifesto? What the fuck is the matter with you?
God, imagine going up to a mobster, like, after you have a huge score. They're like, we need to share and share alike. Like for each according to his need, right?
Yeah, because Tony, of all people, is known for distributing wealth. That's one of the defining characteristics throughout the show. Holy shit, man.
This is a special kind of freaking retarded. Jesus Christ. Well, you want to get into some voicemails, man? We got one this week.
Let's get into it.
All right, and that's good old Captain Blackbread. But if you want to give us a call, be sure to leave us a voicemail at 281-747-6015 and tell us who gives a shit.
All right, guys. What's up with chicks? So, fucking girlfriend walks around, picks up a couple clothes, right? She's like, hey, I'm going to do some laundry. She's like, do you have anything you need washed? I'm like, oh, yeah, sure, you know. Like, I got this pair of pants, you know. That's laundry. And I'm like, okay, cool. Tomorrow morning, I guess I'm going to take a shower before work because, you know, I'll just be able to grab the clothes out the dryer and have everything I need ready to go. All right, next morning comes. I open up the dryer. Oh my fucking God, if there weren't only 3 fucking pieces of clothes in there. My pants, her pants, and a sock. What the motherfucking shit? Like, I was like, why would you even do laundry for 3 pieces of clothes? Like, go find more stuff. She's like, well, I put it on extra small. I put it on extra small. Oh, it's such a waste of fucking time. Oh, then Captain Blackbird talks about shit again. That was my morning. All right, take it easy, guys. Bye.
Sounds like you need to recall your dishwasher there, buddy. Not only can she not wash dishes properly, but she can't do the laundry either. It doesn't sound like much of a woman to me.
Yeah, my girlfriend does the laundry and puts it away. Wow, who would have thunk it,
dude? I had my girl make mozzarella sticks for me the other day, right after she put the laundry in, and she did a fine job at both. So I would recommend that you go back to your local hardware store and either get the one you have now fixed up or just buy a new one.
Yeah, man, I was lying in bed exhausted, like at the end of the day, and I had mentioned that I was like a little bit hungry, and she got up and made me a damn grilled cheese sandwich, dude.
Yeah, sorry, this sounds like a Captain Blackbeard problem. I don't think we have this problem, man.
Captain Blackbread, man, I feel bad for you. You ever thought about being a Native American and joining the Checkahoe tribe?
You know, my great-grandfather was in that tribe, Chief Wheeling Chair. It's a good tribe.
Oh, man. Well, let's get out of the voicemails and into my last topic of the week. So, this... All right, so let's play Guess the Outlet. Now, it is a Times. It's the Times of something. I want you to guess where it is. All right. Lawyer who fought Chevron gets 6-month sentence for contempt. And I'll give you an extra little hint. This is the little blurb underneath the title. Jewish Stephen Donziger, under house arrest for the past 2 years, faces prison for violating federal judge's orders related to his battle against the energy giant. So, who do you think who do you think wrote this?
The Israeli Times.
Yep, it's the Times of Israel. Oh yeah, our great allies in the Middle East that we support unconditionally. Yeah, they
Hey,
wrote a story.
ADL. We want the Jews. Okay.
I love them. They're great.
Love
They're
'em.
fantastic. This story was kind of concerning to me, dude. It really bothered me because I realized that I was wrong about the timeline that I thought we were on. I thought that we were way far off from hitting the cyberpunk future, but apparently the time is now where a company can just buy a prosecution to fucking bury it or get a dude thrown in jail and get him locked in his house for a couple of years and bankrupt him.
I mean, that sounds pretty anti-Semitic to me, but continue.
So this is going to be a bit of a diatribe because there's a lot of shit going on here. And another reason why I wanted to talk about this is me being from Texas. Of course, I happen to know a bunch of people that have worked in the oil and gas field. I happen to know someone that actually was going out to Ecuador in the 90s dealing with all this shit. And he was there firsthand and actually saw how they were mining or how they were drilling all this shit and how the policy was getting made, because this is when it was happening. So in 1992, that's when Texaco got involved with Ecuador. And from then till when they got bought out by Chevron, they have put about 16 billion gallons of contaminated drilling water into like rivers and other water like sources. And it has like directly harmed 30,000 Ecuadorians. Like it fucked them up, like cancer. People died, lost eyesight, stillborns, birth defects. Like it's pretty bad.
Man, there better not be a GoFundMe started by a Jessica over this shit, man.
Well, you don't need to, because you got Steven Donziger coming in off the top rope, and he's been going in a legal battle with Chevron, and he got the Ecuador Supreme Court to rule against Chevron and got a $9.5 billion ruling against him in 2011.
What a hero. What a hero.
But Chevron's not going to take this shit lying down. They found a legal loophole so that they didn't have to clean up or pay any of that money in 2014. And they decided that they were going to come after Donziger hard. They have been consistently like finding ways to fuck with this guy, to the point where he got called into court over a fraud charge. They were trying to say that he bribed some judges in Ecuador to get this ruling.
Legal loophole, you say. Now I understand why the Israeli Times wrote this one.
You can't say that, CJ. You're going to get us canceled. The whole... So, about this fucking guy. In New York, there was a judge that got appointed in this fraud case, a dude named Louis Kaplan. And he found him guilty of bribery and fraud. So they're saying that he bribed this judge that came forward to get this ruling. And then the lawyer turned around and said that Chevron was bribing that Ecuadorian judge. And I'm pretty sure that they were, because I'm pretty sure that this lawyer was also bribing that judge. Everybody was bribing that judge in Ecuador. That I'm not surprised about. Like this lawyer guy is an environmentalist lawyer and an activist. So there's no way his hands are clean. The way that these things are presented, there's a lot of shit that's getting left out so that he doesn't look bad. And so he's definitely guilty of some shit for sure. Now, the judge on that's prosecuting this guy for bribery, Kaplan, he used to be a corporate lawyer, and he had financial investments in Chevron while he was like sitting on the bench trying this guy. And after they like in the middle of everything, they said that they needed him to turn in his computer, his phone, and everything else, and then all the passwords involved with like related to his Ecuador court case. He's like, I'm not going to do that. That's attorney-client privilege. So he got held in contempt of court. this is where shit gets really fucking shady. I mean, like, really fucking shady. So, the judge can't oversee the contempt of court trial. Like, he can't be there because he was the one that threw it out there. And so, he managed to find an irregularity so that he got to choose the judge that oversaw that trial. And he picked a chick named Loretta Preska. And she was in the advisory board of the Federalist Society, who takes a shitload of money from Chevron.
Oh,
And
you got a chick judging your trial. Make sure you get the cell with the window, buddy. Chick judge already not going well.
It's not going to go well for this guy. And so they got the judge, but the Southern District in New York was like, we don't want to prosecute this case, so we're not going to give you any of our prosecutors. So this judge handpicked 3 lawyers from a private firm to prosecute the guy. One of them was Andrew Cuomo's lawyer, too, which is fucking weird. And it's this company called Seward and Kissel. And Seward and Kissel represented Chevron in 2018, amongst other times. So a firm took lawyers that had Chevron as a client to prosecute this guy.
Hang on. Did you say C-word and Kissel?
Yes.
Cunt and Kissel is the name of this legal firm?
Yeah.
Holy shit. All right.
Oh, Cunt and Kissel? Cut and Kiss? Oh, no. Okay. Yeah,
I'm like something I would do if I had a law degree, Adam. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, give it the good old cunt kiss. Chicks dig it, dude. So, this guy, though, the Steven, he got put on house arrest as soon as he got held in contempt of court, and he's been in house arrest for over 2 years, or almost 2 years. It's like 700 and some change days. It's like a factor of 10 how long this guy has been locked up compared to anybody else that has been charged for this shit. He's been on house arrest for so fucking long. And then finally, it gets to sentencing, and the judge sentences him to 6 more months to 6 months in the federal penitentiary, dude. They gave him prison time over this shit in the federal penitentiary. And she said in a statement about this that it seems that only the proverbial 2x4 between the eyes will instill in him any respect for the law.
Oh.
What the fuck?
So we're getting real power hungry. Wow, these guys really are like Hitler. Maybe the Israeli Times is onto something. Yeah.
It gets a little worse because the judge only wanted to give him 6 months. In fact, she said that she wouldn't give him more than 6 months because if you have the possibility of more than 6 months on the table, you are required to have a jury. He never saw a jury during any of this proceeding. Like, at no time while he was in court was he awarded the ability to have a jury.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, this dude got fucked. And it's not really being talked about all that much. And if there is one thing that I'm pretty scared of, like, it's the corporatocracy that could happen in America. And it seems to be sliding that way more and more all the time. Like, government incompetence and just shittiness, I can deal with that. I've been used to that. But whenever you have, like, huge corporations that are running everything, that's a very special type of sadistic tendencies that I think is incredibly dangerous.
Not if, I'll tell you what, Adam, there'll be no corporate overlords if communist Tony Soprano had anything to say about it.
The communist Tony Soprano wouldn't have any of this shit. He would have whacked all the judges and Andrew Cuomo's lawyer and then sued Andrew Cuomo because he knows he doesn't have a lawyer anymore.
Well, Tony can kill whoever he wants. That's just a part of Italian culture, Adam. He's Italian. He's allowed to do it.
Right. Oh, well, we love those Italians. Well,
fucking stick the cannoli right up your ass. Free the bourgeoisie. Communist only
Anti-fascista.
Not having it.
Shit. So, I don't really exactly have the funniest of takes on this shit either. This was something that I actually kind of felt compelled just to actually dive into, take a look at it, and just let everybody know that this is something that's happening. And I think that people should give a shit about this because they're doing this to a lawyer. I'm kind of surprised they didn't do it to a journalist because that would be the other ones that they would be on the chopping block. There are a few real journalists out there. They exist. And
Alex Jones, we love you, bud.
Yeah, well, he got a ruling against him too, man. He's getting fucked. He got fucked in Sandy Hook. The Sandy Hook shit came back to bite him in the ass. The court found out that he did say that Sandy Hook was a hoax and was directly responsible for people harassing all these dead kids' parents. That happened somewhat recently too. And despite what Nick Rekieta says, apparently, Alex Jones said that Sandy Hook was a hoax.
But who cares? Is the better question. Who cares?
I don't care about this environmental lawyer exactly because there's constantly lawsuits about this type of shit. People are always suing companies for class action lawsuits to try to get a whole bunch of money. They've made, like, Mark Ruffalo.
I mean, I sued BP because yesterday I saw a duck in the water. Didn't have any oil on him.
That's just the government spying drone, man. And when the ducks get oil on them, that's how they lubricate their joints, so that it's more conductive for them to recharge whenever they.
They get the
that was just paddling around.
That was the NSA water buoy that I stumbled upon. Okay, makes sense.
In case you didn't know, birds aren't real. They're all government drones, and that's why birds are on power lines all the time, to recharge.
Dude, is that why lizards like to eat birds? So they can fucking have the drones at their disposal? And just
They absorb the drone.
Release the drone at any time? Goddamn, maybe there are hollow earth lizard people. Maybe they're real.
Well, but they're Jewish. And they must have a direct line to the Israel Times. But that's really all I got to say about, like, this whole situation. It's worth checking out. Steven Donziger. Look into it, man. It's fucking dark.
Doesn't sound very Jewish. I'm gonna have to investigate.
He is Jewish, though. Like, at the very beginning of the Israel thing, the first thing they say is that he's Jewish. You know, how come CJ, whenever you say someone's Jewish right at the top of talking about someone, why do you get in trouble? Well, they can do it?
I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Maybe it's just that goy privilege that I'm not accustomed to.
Well, yeah, that's really all I got to say about it. So what you got for us? CJ?
This is pretty much the same sentiment. It's not as long and as smart sounding as the Sopranos one tried to be, but it's equally as retarded. And we're going to play Guess the Outlet. Daniel Craig stuns the crowd and breaks gender conformity with raspberry-colored jacket.
I'm just going to say New York Times again, man. It's the New York Times.
No, this is the Telegraph.
Telegraph?
UK. Now, you might be wondering, James Bond, what is he supposed to do? Kill bad guys? You know, overtake the awesome supervillains and save
fuck bitches, shoot dudes.
Yeah, no, Adam, you're wrong. He exists to break gender conformity.
Oh, no.
That's the whole point of James Bond. Breaking gender norms is the new cool.
Oh no. So I purposefully not looked at any. I knew a new James Bond movie came out recently, and I purposely avoided looking at it at all. There was like rumors they were going to try. The trailer made it look like they were going to try to replace James Bond with a black chick or something, and I'm just like, oh no. If they're getting woke with shit, the script is going to be dog shit.
Loretta Bale Bond. and the Black James Bond that they're replacing him with. But don't you want to hear about how James Bond broke gender conformity, Adam? Aren't you excited?
God. I think I know what it is, but yes, it's exciting, and the retarded takes are amazing.
He had a pink jacket on at an award show.
Yep. And people are fucking melting down about this damn thing.
Dude, you know, obviously pink is normally a color for queers and women, but now we got James Bond wearing it, dude. Now it's cool. Now men can wear pink.
Ooh, yeah, this is some who gives a shit. Like, who fucking cares? Who fucking cares?
Dude, the best part is the jacket's not even pink. It's raspberry colored. It's not pink.
It's not. Oh, so it's like a little more reddish than.
Yeah, it's raspberry. It looks like a raspberry. It's not even a pink jacket.
Okay, so also this isn't James Bond that did that. That's fucking Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig showed up to an award show in a pink jacket.
He was channeling his inner James Bond, dude. He was tackling his next mission of breaking gender norms.
Man, maybe this is why.
Red jacket.
Maybe this is why journalists are always like concerned about violent video games and shit like that, because they can't differentiate fantasy from reality. Daniel Craig wanted to get some pictures taken of him in a pink jacket because he knew it would get headlines, and then they were just willing to buy in and go, oh, isn't James Bond breaking gender norms? Like, you are fucking stupid.
And I'm reading this thing and I'm like, wait a minute. Who in society besides you, journalist, said that men can't wear pink?
I've worn pink, not plenty of times, but I've done it.
Dude,
yeah, I mean,
I wear pink sometimes. I had a pink wheelchair at one point when I was a kid, and fucking Macho Man would wear pink shit in the 80s all the time, and he looked cool, and he wasn't trying to, you know, be a woman or fucking break gender norms. So I was like, wait, they're creating their own problem so they then can create a headline on it. Because nobody has ever said, oh, you can't wear pink, that's for girls. No one has ever said that, ever. This is what leftists...
Not since the 80s.
Yeah, this is just what leftists imagine in their head. It's like what a communist would imagine her dad saying in her head, but he never actually said that. Nobody gives a shit if you wear pink or not. I happen to think pink ties are pretty cool.
And it's also like an award show event. Who gives a fuck about those? Like, there's so much stuff in here that does not matter at all. Wearing pink doesn't matter. Award shows doesn't matter. James Bond doesn't matter. Hasn't been good in a little bit. So also Daniel Craig is leaving the role anyway. They basically coerced him into filming this thing. I knew it was going to be shit. I know. I haven't seen it. I don't know for sure.
Fucking Skyfall with the garbage. I fell asleep doing that. Boring.
I thought Spectre was kind of all right, I guess.
Spectre, I mean, they used the better one. Spectre was the better one of the Daniel Craig ones. But this time, I might actually go see this one because he's got the biggest villain of all to fight.
Rami Malek?
Gender conformity, Adam.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the guy from Mr. Robot.
James Bond has had enough of your gender norms. Okay, he's gonna shoot them one by one with his cool underwear pistol.
Shit, if he had a pink underwear pistol, that would actually be kind of cool. I might give a shit about that. Because at least guns are cool.
Right, exactly. Or maybe a pink Aston Martin with the fucking tire tacks that drop out of the back so he can pop some tires. But no, he's sticking it to gender norms by wearing a jacket, Adam. A real badass.
I hope this thing tanks so they actually make a decent James Bond movie when they bring it back. Shit. Well,
and the new one, the black chick, Loretta Bail Bond, she goes on a quest to find her father. That's the mission.
wait, that's racist. How are you gonna have a black person whose main goal is to find their father? You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that.
Hollywood, if you want the script, if you want James Bond to be good again and you want people to go see it, I know how to write this one. And we can keep the black chick in it too. We can keep all that diversity, everything you want in it. None of the characters will be changed. I just have a great script for this movie.
Well, you got anything else to say about James Bond?
Oh, I want to call it Word is Bond, by the way. That's what we're
Word is
calling.
Bond?
That's what we're calling the Black James Bond.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. So, well, you want to get into the last part of our show there, CJ?
To catch a Redditor, let's do it.
Oh, yeah, here we go. See what they got to say about James Bond.
From r/white people Twitter, Soft Belly Button writes, I think it fits Bond well. Bond's not stealthy, Bond's cocky. He disregards the cover he's got and goes in with name is Bond, James Bond, and I'm here to kill you. Abe Froman, SKOC, writes, Sean Connery wore a powder blue terry cloth romper in Goldfinger. Just saying.
Oh, he did do that.
Pinhead1 writes, I'm not gay, but that's hot.
What? Oh, no.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
So, dude, that fucking romper in Goldfinger is pretty fucking gay. But, I mean, that has nothing to do with gender.
So wait a minute, Sean Connery was better at breaking gender norms because he wore a pirate shirt in Goldfinger, and he beat his wife. So he wins.
Yeah, he's breaking gender norms. Not only is lesbians slap around their wife. Oh, no. Okay. Well, let's see what Reddit has to say about George Floyd.
From r/politics, Professor Murder writes, I think that if the board is unanimous, it shouldn't have to get approved by the governor. Brian is here too, writes, Abbott won't simply pass up the opportunity to exploit the obvious racist appearance of rejecting the pardon recommendation. Governor Abbott is the worst of us. Dex Gordon 87 writes, Abbott wouldn't give a cripple crab a crutch, and he is one.
Well, I don't have a crutch, but this cripple has crabs.
Oh, man. I think it's funny that people think that Greg Abbott isn't going to just pencil whip that shit and go, yeah, whatever, give him a pardon. Like, why would he not do that?
Why would he not?
Why?
George Floyd is dead. What's he going to do? Rob heaven? He's dead.
He's going to get into heaven with, like, some counterfeit good deeds. He's gonna be dancing in line, waiting to get into the pearly gates. Like, what are they worried about? And if he did reject it, he only has things to lose.
He's just gonna get up there, Adam. He's gonna get up there, and he's gonna be mad that the Coke is pure and it doesn't have fentanyl in it, and then he's gonna go straight down the hell as a request.
Well, he can eat Little Nas X down there. All right, let's see what's up with our buddy Steve Donziger.
From r/environment, KLA 1616 writes, shocking in America, $1 billion company can basically pay a judge to make up laws and make a problem go away for them. Who knew? Linji writes, it's even worse when you realize the GOP has not only failed to govern, but ran through about 193 conservative judges with lifetime appointments. Mark Williams 007 writes, America might as well be an African dictatorship. There's no rule of law and its justice system is full of clown courts.
I got a feeling Mr. Mike 007 has a thing or two to say about the pink jacket. How awesome it is.
I'm sure he does. He's like, James Bond wouldn't let this guy get thrown in jail. James Bond wouldn't let the Republicans appoint like almost 200 federal judges. Man, who gives a fuck about that? Like, the reason that they're harping on about being a Republican and shit is because as far as like lobbying is concerned, the fossil fuel industry is like heavily embedded with the Republicans, whereas almost every other industry, it kind of goes across both aisles. It's a little bit of a back and forth for a lot of stuff. So who gives a fuck? Okay, let's see what we got with The Sopranos.
From r/television, Monsieur Xander writes, "How do you do, fellow kids? Clearly an advertisement for the upcoming prequel movie. Only evidence it provides for its absurd claim, even taken as hyperbole, is a mildly popular podcast that has about a quarter of the listenership of The Office Ladies." Downbound 92 responds, "Yeah, because the headline isn't literal. It's an article exploring why young people are watching The Sopranos, not an article about how many people are watching The Sopranos." Throwaway comment 789 writes, "Because it speaks to me with its focus on the waning days of organized crime. I definitely get that sense that I've missed out on a golden age that my predecessors and parents got."
That is, Reddit is still wrong here. I thought they would be right.
No, you can't count on Reddit to get it right.
Well, this guy, listen, my thought process is that this Willie guy is so off the grid that Reddit has to sound somewhat normal here. And they can't even
Reddit
do that.
loves communism. Reddit loves communism, man. It's their favorite thing.
The article is why he thinks young people like The Sopranos. Nobody is seriously looking at the character of Tony Soprano and calling him the next Karl Marx. Nobody's doing that except for this jackass. And maybe Chapo Trap House, which I don't know who they are.
I don't know. And The Office Ladies, who the fuck gives a shit about that podcast? I mean, I know a lot of chicks listen to a lot of shitty podcasts, but so yeah. And on top of that, they all talk to each other and tend to watch stuff and as if they're drones. That's why all this true crime shit is around. So who gives a fuck about that? But
Well, I can't wait for James Gandolfini's son to write the second edition of the Communist Manifesto. That's what I'm waiting on.
damn.
Because I'm sure his beliefs were passed on to his son. I'm positive.
So, we're getting towards the end of the episode, but I want to encourage everyone to go check out Not for Human Consumption, because there is a new segment in that show that Slice was on, and that is Loads of Knowledge, and I thought that it was great. So I think you should go check that out. And if you know Slice anywhere, just randomly send him a message, say I love it. That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. Also, be sure to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/WGA shit show. We're creeping up on one of our goals to make a monthly special episode where we get people that are in the community, anyone that might have a little bit of a topic, and do like a little rapid fire freeform thing that we release on our Patreon free to everybody once a month.
Anything you want. Couldn't be about anything. I hope it's about gambling. But if it's not about gambling, that's okay. It can be about anything.
Just be funny. That's all you got. Just be funny. And other than that, I don't really have anything to plug. You got anything to plug there, CJ?
I was asked to come on a show that I love. It's one of my favorite shows to be on. It's a great show to have fun on. Shitty Song of the Week. I'm not sure when it's going to be out. We're negotiating the record day for sometime next week. So look out for that. It's always fun to be on that show.
I'm going on Roast Mortem Cast here in a couple of weeks. And that's a fantastic show that I've plugged a couple of times. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I heard a rumor, CJ, that Catfish is going to be starting up a podcast with Cantillions.
Really? Is it Chris the Kiwi related? Because I heard a little bit of this as well.
I didn't hear anything about it being Chris the Kiwi related, but there was the Chris Can't cast, and that fell apart. But I could see Cantillions and Catfish actually getting along pretty well. I like Cantillions quite a bit, actually. I think the dude's cool.
Yeah, Chris Can't cast is the best podcast of all time, even though it's very short-lived. It is the best podcast on the internet. I don't know if it's even on the internet anymore. I think it's deleted. But
I'm sure you could find it. Someone has to have held on to it somewhere. Now, I never listened to it, man, because I just can't stand Chris the Kiwi, dude. Like, anytime that dude would, like, pop up anywhere, I'm just like, nope, skip, next.
Dude,
Can't deal with
I
that
love
special
him.
brand of autism.
I love Chris the Kiwi. Some of my best material involved Chris the Kiwi. I remember this one time I went on the Chris Can't cast, and I pretended to be this bodybuilder chick, and I actually catfished Chris. And it took him like 3 minutes before he realized it was me, and I didn't even change my voice. I was talking to him like I'm talking to you now. I didn't even change my voice.
Wow. But then, again, check us out at patreon.com/WGHitshow. Get in on the bonus episodes. The newest Cripples and Convict is out now. We talked to Catfish some more. And it's man, you never know with this guy. The tangents, man. The tangents get serious.
Yeah,
and
man.
But really, that's all I got for y'all.
Look up Chris Can't cast, everyone. Stay horny.